how do you talk to yourself in anxiety recovery? It's really important to be mindful of the language that we use, and I think it's something a lot of us could probably do a little bit better with because it can have quite a big impact. Now, it's completely normal to want to measure your recovery based on how you are feeling at any given moment, but here's the truth: how you feel right now doesn't define your progress. Recovery isn't about eliminating anxiety or avoiding it, it's about how you respond to those feelings. Feeling anxious isn't a sign of failure or a setback. What matters is what you did in response to that feeling. Did you willingly engage with that fear, or did you avoid it or resist it in some way? That is where your progress lies. And I think it's really important to start framing your recovery in a more accurate and empowering way for yourself. If you've just done an exposure, recognise that you've just done something incredibly difficult and brave. Don't label it as bad because of how anxious you felt during it. Instead, acknowledge that you're facing fear differently now. You are practicing at teaching your brain new lessons, how to respond to anxiety differently, and that is a huge win. It's really important to be cautious and mindful of the language that you use. Saying things like, "I barely made it" or "I survived" suggests that you were in danger when in reality we weren't. It's not about making it, it's about doing it and taking that step despite the discomfort. It's important to watch out for phrases like, "I was spiraling out of control," or "I was losing my mind," or "I felt that my brain was about to explode." These phrases, whilst powerful, don't reflect what's actually happening. You were feeling anxious, not losing control. By using a more balanced language, you begin to change your relationship with anxiety. Your words and how you speak to yourself matters, and they shape how we experience recovery. So as you continue on your recovery journey, remember this: your words matter. The way you speak to yourself can either fuel your anxiety or help you change your relationship with it. Recovery isn't about eliminating fear, it's about showing up differently when it arises. Try to gain an awareness of and pay attention to how you describe your experiences to yourself and to others. Shift from focusing on how you feel or felt during a period of time to what you're doing in response to how you felt. And above all, celebrate the steps that you are taking, no matter how small they may seem. Any small steps away from how you currently deal with things or used to deal with things is progress. You aren't clinging on for survival, and you aren't barely making your way through it. You are actively teaching your brain something new, and that is really powerful. Keep going, stay patient with yourself, and most importantly, be mindful of the language you use along the way. It really does make all the difference.